A quick tweak, quick edit. Won't take you any time at all. The way I see it.
Can you make the logo glow? Spin? Catch fire?
Yeah, I saw the final cut, sure. Hey, but the vice president's dog walker says the music is just too perky. His labradoodle hates jazz. So, my 3-year-old daughter says the motion graphics should be red, not blue. She's very upset, Paul.
Red! 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 I want the color red!
That is called feature creep. And if you've ever edited anything for anyone, you've met that too.
Welcome back to Life's Learning Curve. Storytelling. Our own life stories, full of humor, some cringeworthy moments, and at times, a grander purpose. Did you ever wonder just how you became the person you are today? That's us. Storytelling. And now, here's a guy who learned feature creep the hard way. Paul Hardt.
Now, every editor knows this. They know the sound of doom when they hear it. And it isn't the crash of software or the wind-down whirring of a dying hard drive, although that's pretty traumatic, yes.
Yeah.
It's a client saying, "Hey, can we just add one more thing?"
Ooh, super quick tweak, Paul, on the edit. Even though it's all done, this shouldn't take you any time at all.
Feature creep, it sneaks into your video projects. It always comes disguised as super quick. Super easy. Oh, real fast. It changes everything. It starts as a 3-minute promo, and before you know it, you've got a feature-length production with a chase scene, explosions, and CGI, a mascot that's coming in CGI, voiced by someone's nephew. A slow-motion drone flyover of the CEO's koi pond. And the heartfelt monologue from the company accountant. Because, well, once that guy took an improv class. Let's get this going. Sebastian.
Life's Learning Curve, episode 96. Mr. Feature Creep, just one more change. Stand by.
The origin story. My first real run-in with feature creep, or as Bill Shakespeare might call it, gilding the lily. That's so strange. Gilding the Lily came in 1990, long time ago, in Atlanta. I was up here near Chicago, and a man named Michael ran a chain of computer rebuilder stores. A good idea for 1990. And he wanted a commercial or two, or he wanted commercials to play in 3 different markets across America, but we'd base it off of one commercial. His budget back then in 1990? Only a couple $100. So this was gonna be basic.
Oh, Paul, I can see it. I want a newsroom shot, just one shot of a newsroom. Real busy, people hustling around in the background, getting stories ready. Real professional looking, sharp. Lots of action. Yeah. It'll look like a newscaster's reading a news story about computer rebuilders. My company. How fantastic we are. It'll look like a news item, Yeah.
Well, I have to say, Michael was enthusiastic, but with that super basic budget, we faked it. We did what we could for that little money. We shot the newscaster here in a chroma keyed background. So in the background would be replaced by a real newsroom. And I found a real newsroom that was willing to cooperate with this. My buddy, my friend down in Texas, shot the newsroom with permissions, which was, great. Looked good. Now, keying, chroma keying usually is what it's called, or luma keying. Keying is where you can swap out backgrounds. For example, your office can be moved to a Caribbean setting if desired. So, as for Michael's newsroom commercial, we got final approval on script and storyboards, and we shot it. And we cut it. And of course, the background now is not blank. It's got the newsroom. and everything was smooth sailing. I have to say I was pretty proud. It looked good. It looked better than I thought it was going to look.
Yeah, I saw our final completed commercial, Paul.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just one more thing. Can you change the newsroom and have it be more men than women? Oh, and have them change their clothes, to winter-type clothes instead of summer clothes? Oh, and when the anchor mentions my business, have the whole newsroom background people rush the desk all excited. Same price, right?
He wanted a stampede in the newsroom, out of stock footage which didn't exist, for no new cost. Michael, that's kind of a whole different thing with, you're going to have to hire actors this time, you're going to have to create the newsroom scene, and you're going to have a whole crew to do this, because before it was just a real newsroom with things happening in the background and as no distractions. But now this time you got actors, a crew, stage direction, a director. If we reshoot it in Texas, I'm not really sure the company or the owner of the place is going to go for it if we disrupt their day.
Pish pash, Paul. Make it work. By the way, hey, new idea. Change it. Just cut it. Swap it. Get rid of the newsroom. Let's make it a corral full of horses. Yeah. I need this change as soon as possible.
Horses? Michael, we can reshoot all this. Sure, it can be done, but understand there will be an entirely new budget for this.
What? I don't think so. No need to start over. After all, I already paid you.
So, with that kind of personality, as you can imagine, Michael called me every day for 2 weeks straight.
Hey.
Each time he had another add-on, new idea, a new change, and not once did he plan on paying for it. Let me tell you,
New idea.
what that job taught me early on, a long time ago, back in 1990, was this. In video, sure, everything can be redone. You could reshoot, you can rewrite, you can call the actors back, you can rent the location again, hire the crew and cut out a brand new edit. It's all possible, but none of it is magic. It all takes time, and it takes a budget. It costs money. The only things you can't redo are the clock, the time it takes, and the budget you've already burned through. Feature creep. Contract language reflection. So after that situation early on in my video career with Michael, I made sure that my contracts were crystal clear. I even hired a contract lawyer to help me out. The deal was always going to be the same. The video we agreed on at the start, that's what the quote covered, and half of the money would be put down up front, half upon delivery, and that could be paid anytime within 2 weeks after the final cut. And if the client needed a small tweak or something, it would be something minuscule like graphics or simple color grading or audio or bringing up and down lightness and darkness. They had a 5-day window to ask for that. And after that, well, it's a new budgeted project.
Wait, so I can't just keep charging things forever? Well, I don't get it.
See, feature creep is a situation where clients just aren't letting the project finish itself. They don't want to see their project finished, not unless it's perfect. And perfect is pretty hard to get to sometimes. So with these revisions, the clients need to make a decision on what they want to see and what they want to hear, and communicate that and stick to that decision. Feature creep. The 3-minute promo gone wild. It was just a year later, 1991, I'd see feature creep again. The innocent 3-minute promo, the final cut of that promo, I remember, it came in under budget. That was great. Everyone was happy. Quick, and it was simple. And after the fact, the client, Leonid, an interesting first name, Leonid Kedza, which is a made-up name for the episode I'm doing. Leonid Kedza, yeah, you gotta believe me. He wanted more components, though, this gentleman. Bigger things, higher-priced components than the simple version he brought in originally, such as a helicopter shot. Now, this is back before drones existed, so this is literally renting a helicopter service and a camera operator on the helicopter. He wanted animation in his commercial, and he wanted an original score for his production.
Like Hans Zimmer, you know, the music, but cheaper? Or maybe Hans Zimmer's trombone player.
By the end, it looked more like a Ken Burns documentary, with orchestration and my neighbor's kid doing shadow puppets for authenticity. Now, Leonid did agree to pay for me, and he had put half down, you know. But then, he just ghosted me. This guy disappeared. And I had to hire my attorney back. And then?
Order! Order in the court! Listen, Mr. Leonid Ketza, when you order a steak,
Yes.
eat the steak, and then you ask for lobster on top, after you're done with the steak, you still gotta pay for the lobster. Contracts aren't a buffet. You don't get to wander off without paying the bill. Now, in my experience, Mr. Ketza, this is not how a contract or any dinner I've ever been to works.
I do not like lobster, though.
Mr. Ketza!
He did finally pay. And after a court case that ate up way too much of my time and money, that's when it hit me. Feature creep wasn't just a passing trend, it was here to stay. Graphics that ate the timeline.
Let me see here. I saw the video. It's all done. But I want to change just a lower third graphic.
Actually, I was thinking about it last night when I went to bed. My wife said it would be interesting if you could make the graphics spin. And make it glow. And then, at the end, make it catch fire. And then turn it into a bald eagle. You can do that magic. You're a video editor.
By then, my timeline had more motion graphics, transitions, and layers than a wedding cake. Decorated by Pixar and frosted by Marvel.
And transported by NASA.
The script that never stopped growing.
So we have a 60-second commercial spot here. It's all done.
Ah, very good.
Thank you. Oh, I was thinking, just a tweak.
Okay.
I want to add the company's history, you know, a piece on the history of the whole place. And the CEO wrote a poem about synergy. I want that to be added.
In the end, I was reimbursed for the work. But that simple piece that he created, which was perfect, had so much extra baggage in it that it was something that even Morgan Freeman would have said, "I can't do it. That's enough, fellas." Endless revisions.
Version 12, saved. Version 27, saved. Version 42, saved.
Paul, I got the final cut. Yes. It's everything we talked about. But I was thinking, I was talking to my vice president's dog walker, and he thinks the background music is too perky. His Labradoodle hates jazz.
What?
By version 42 of this project,
Version 42.
I wasn't editing anymore. I was surviving a natural disaster. My editing project, the cuts of the video, there were so many I was starting to name them hurricane names. Like, you know, in the hurricane season, they start with an A hurricane, and you go down the alphabetical list. I was starting to name my projects that. FEMA, for this project, was on standby.
Version 42, saved.
Order in the court. Order in the court. All right. Quiet, please. Version 42.
Yeah.
Sir, that's not an edit. That's a hostage negotiation. Wrap it up, people. Sir, you are gilding the lily.
And that's where I first heard this term from the judge, gilding the lily, adding too much excess to something that doesn't need it. And that's the thing, we all fall for this because perfect, making something perfect always feels like it's like just one more slight tweak away. The trouble is, chasing perfect is like chasing a bus, You're not going to catch it. You are going to trip. And eventually someone will upload that video to YouTube.
Video uploaded successfully.
The corporate training video that wanted to be fast and furious.
Here you go, Mr. Goodman. Here's your final video that you asked for. It's done. It's on time and approved of for your plant nursery. Finished as requested.
Yeah, I got an idea here, Paul. Let's add a chase scene.
A what?
A chase scene. I'm also thinking, explosions, Keep people's interests.
In a training video on pruning plants?
Oh, and a mascot. Oh, yeah. My nephew does voices. Funny little guy.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Now start pruning those plants.
So we weren't training new employees anymore on how to prune plants. We were filming the Fast and the Furious Plant Nursery. Now, really quickly, some feature creeps over the years included that don't deserve a story, but just highlights. The meeting where nobody agreed. We added everything to this video. Half the team wanted humor in the video, half wanted a serious piece, a drama. The compromise, it was a serious drama with a laugh track. You can guess how that went. The sound mix that tried to please everyone. This video, I remember, one person wanted the music louder, and another marketing person wanted the audio to be softer. Another wanted it to be gone completely, no audio at all. I made 3 versions so they could compare and contrast. What happened? Well, by the end, the soundtrack was a faint hum of elevator jazz that, as you can imagine, made no one happy. The color correction spiral. It was just supposed to brighten up a little bit in the video, the CEO had told me. And somebody from the production department said they wanted more warmth. Okay. Then they wanted a touch of coolness. Okay. Then the whole thing was thrown away and said, "Can you take what you shot and make it look like a Wes Anderson film?" I needed a therapist after that color grade. And this was before we had magical color grades and LUTs that could work for us. The shoot that outgrew its day. And the storyboard on this project was brief. It was about 90 seconds, and it had only 6 shots. So we concentrated on lighting and doing everything really, really professionally on those 6 shots. By lunchtime, we were on shot 3 of 47. Things had been added on. By sundown, even the boom mic operator had lost the will to live.
That's it. No more.
And finally, too much of a good thing. I want to tell you about a guy, Joseph Zander. And my phone, he wasn't Joseph Zander. I'd put him in and saved him as Mr. Feature Creep. And he called me after a project was completed and submitted. 9 o'clock on Christmas Eve in 2002.
Hello?
Paul?
Mr. Zander.
Hello? Yes. Small thing. Real quick.
Now let's pause here. Zander's project, already finished, as I said, and it was submitted 2 days earlier, and it was approved. So he had approved this final cut. It was in his hand, on digital, and everything he wanted was in there. As I said, the deadline was December 23rd, but Zander wasn't calling about deadlines. He was calling because his 3-year-old daughter was crying. What's going on, Xander?
Paul, she doesn't like the motion graphics. She says she hates the blue.
Red! Red! I want the color red!
Now, I sat there on Christmas Eve listening to a toddler dictate my color palette like she was running Pixar. And Xander? Oh, he was proud of his daughter. He thought he was impressing me by shooting this phone call into me.
Oh, see? She's got an eye, Paul.
Uh-huh.
Runs in the family. Hey, get it changed.
Uh-huh. Xander, you do know it's Christmas Eve.
Red! 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 I want the color red!
Order. Council will remind Mr. Xander that 3-year-olds do not sit on the design committee. Motion denied. Case closed. Go home, Mr. Xander. It's the holiday season.
So after the holidays, Xander agreed to the added work as new work and approved and signed the additional contract. I went ahead and made the changes, exported the new final cut. Red motion graphics now, not blue. And I rebuilt Xander a very small fee. Done. New Year's Day. Hello, HM Communications.
Oh, ooh, Paul. You actually listened to a 3-year-old? What's wrong with you? Change it back to blue. The motion graphics. And yeah, I'm not paying for that.
Now keep in mind that this is the same Xander who once skipped a full day shoot earlier in the year because he'd won the lottery the day before. He already had a ridiculous amount of money, but he didn't bother to call. So there we all sat, crew waiting, gear rented, truck sitting in his driveway, and he shows up weeks later with a shrug and a,
Well, that's not my problem, is it?
and yes, eventually his daddy surgeon cut a check to make me whole. But Xander, he kept at it.
Hello, Xander.
Hello, Paul. Hey, new idea. Let's reshoot the whole thing. Totally different vibe this time. Just to let you know, I won't be paying for this, of course. But hey, you're gonna love this idea. You do art, right? Art is free. Video is art. It should be free.
Order. Mr. Xander, do you understand business? Or are you just plain stupid? Do you understand contracts? Pay this man. He's got a contract and you signed it. Pay this man. And don't let me see you in this court again. Dismissed.
And that's the moment I realized. Feature creep is not about video projects. It's about people. It's about denial. And sometimes less than great ideas. Xander didn't want a video. He wanted attention. You know, sometimes, and a lot of the time if you don't watch it, feature creep piles up so high you realize you're not editing a project anymore. You're editing somebody's ego. And egos don't render clean. They stutter, they stammer, they glitch, and they never export on time. At that point, the bravest thing you can do isn't one more revision. It's hitting export, closing the laptop, and reminding yourself the story was finished 3 versions ago. So what did we learn today? Beware the creep. Feature creep. It's going to sneak into your timeline. It's going to sneak into your life, into your grocery list. And if you're not careful, your lasagna recipe. And before you know it, the thing's got extra cheese, 3 new sauces, and your neighbor suggesting it should probably come with a drone shot.
Order in the court. Order in the court. And remember, folks, final cut means final cut. Court adjourns.
So keep it simple. Tell the story, and for your sanity, stop your video edits at project version 12. Because version 13 is not an edit, it's a hostage situation. For Life's Learning Curve, I'm Paul Hardt.
Subscribe to Life's Learning Curve at lifeslearningcurve.org and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or Podchaser.
This Season 7 episode of Life's Learning Curve was produced by Sebastian T., Dog, and Paul Hardt. Find us just about everywhere podcasts are heard. Visit our website, lifeslearningcurve.org. While you're there, subscribe. We'd love to have you aboard. This episode has imaginative voice creations. To protect the privacy of others, some names have been changed and characters conflated. Feature Creep Consultant, Gary McDowell. Episode 96, Mr. Feature Creep. Just one more change. For more true stories from our Life's archives, you'll find us again right here on Life's Learning Curve.